Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to go ahead and do the assembly for our little sloth here. So as you see, I have a bunch of color sloths. I know the last time we were working on this green one here. So to start out, we're going to take the head and the body. So I don't have anything fancy like the crochet like skewers or anything like that. So I'm using these bamboo skewers. They worked terribly on our grill and like pretty much disintegrated and left the meat and vegetables just kind of like little wads everywhere. So yeah, repurposing these. I'm going to start by just taking it and going straight down in the head here and just kind of line it up the best you can. And we're going to do the same thing on the body. So this right here, we can see that's where we did our first initial circle. So we can put it right through there and through the bottom and just kind of line it up the best you can. So yeah, so we got that all done. Then we can grab our little feet. So first we're going to go ahead and do the body and the head. That's going to be the easiest thing to do first, and then we can just add our little arms and feet on. So let's go ahead and do the head. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the green yarn for this so we can go ahead and just sew right all the way around the head to the body. Okay, now that we have our green yarn, we're going to cut probably about like 18 or so inches. We're going to make sure it's nice long tail or length here. And then we're going to take our yarn needle. And I like to start at the back area right here. So you can see the initial 6 single crochet we did and then the increase on both of them. We're going to go on the increase on it. So we're just going to kind of go in the first one. We're going to leave just a little bit of a tail just so we could tie that later. So probably about 3 inches or so. So we'll go in one side and then we're going to go in the other side of the body. So one head, one body, and then we're just going to go back and forth all the way around. Oh, yarn came off my needle. And we're going to do this actually 2 times around. We want to make sure it's thoroughly secure. So that's why we're doing it 2 times. So when we come back for that first one, I'm going to take the needle off. I'm going to pull this tight. I'm going to tie it just so we have just a little bit more security. And we're just going to leave that extra one that we started with. Leave that and then put the yarn needle back on. And then we're going to go around again. And just push this other one out of the way. And here I'm coming towards the end. Okay, and then you see the fuzzy yarn, it kind of will get unfuzzed as you do it. It's okay, because we're going to hide that later. And then we're just going to tie this again. Make sure it's super tight. And double knot that. Alright, and then to hide the strings, we're going to take it and push it through the body. Same with this one. We're just going to take it and push it through the body. And at this point we can go ahead and cut the excess and use the back of our needle to push in the little bits. Okay, then we could take our skewer out, and there's our head. There we go. Now we can go ahead and attach the arms. So I like to do it on, I believe it's the third and fourth row right here, and we're just going to stick it out and just like that. And if you would like to use the skewer for these, you can. Otherwise we could just attach them. And then for the last one, or the other one, how this guy is kind of like just sitting, we're just going to put it right there on the bottoms. So with this little tail here, I'm going to do the arms first. I'm going to go ahead and pretty much line it up so it's right underneath the eye and over a smidge. And then same technique that we used with the head, we're going to sew through the body and then through the arm. So one loop, and then we're going to pull through. And then one loop, and pull through. Alright, and then before I forget, we're actually going to put some stuffing in here, and you can go pre-stuff these guys too, just so then they're just a little bit more firmer. Okay, so I got my stuffing. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It's just so then it's not as flimsy. Not very much at all. And we're just going to finish sewing this up. Okay, and then all these little fuzzies. Once he went all the way around, then he has his first little hand. So to tie off, we're just going to go ahead and put that in. But we're not going to go all the way through. We're going to go ahead and take this. So we're going to have our loop. And we're going to go through the loop to make a knot. And we're going to pull that. And then we're going to rethread our needle and then hide this extra string. And the extra string, you can go around it again, or we just hide it in the body. I like to just go around like a couple around the arm, and then we can just hide it right through the body like that. There we go. And we can just tuck this extra in. Okay, he has his first arm. Alright, and then I'm going to take some stuffing and stuff these. Yeah, it's just the tiniest bit, just to make it a smidge more firm. So it doesn't have to be a lot. There we go. Okay, and second arm. Same exact technique. And then the arms and their feet are all the same. So you can use any arm or foot. There's no difference between any of them. So, okay, so try to line it up so we have the same on both sides. And we're going to go ahead and start. So one loop in the body, one loop in the arm. And we're just going to do that all the way around. Just slowly turning our little sloth here. Alright, that's arm number 2. There's all these little fuzzies. Working with the fuzzy yarn, guess we'll have that. So I'm going to go ahead and tie the knot. So again, we're going to go ahead and put that in. We're going to pull through, but not all the way. And then we're going to come back and go through the loop. And we'll pull it tight. And then from there, we'll just go around a couple more times. Just to have that extra secure. And we'll put it through the body. This is a beginner-friendly pattern, so it's pretty easy, nothing too overly crazy. Maybe the face a little bit, but yeah, otherwise right there we got our arms on. Now we're going to do the feet. So I like to kind of sit them up first so we can kind of see where we're going to have them. You don't have to have them sitting. You can have them standing. Whatever placement works best for you. If you're having them standing, obviously we're going to go more underneath them. For sitting, I usually kind of put them right underneath. So it's going to be, if you look at the arm, it's going to be about 2 stitches below the arm. So then he's kind of sitting right there. Between 2 to 3, maybe like 2.5. And it's going to go directly below the arm. And same technique, putting it on that we did the arm. That we're going to do the leg. Alright, there's our little leg. So I'll go ahead and knot that. And we're going to go ahead and pull through, but not all the way. Come back and pull through the loop. And tighten that. And if you get like the end part like this, you can always cut that off since we have extra, so then it doesn't get stuck when you're pulling it through. And then we can go around a couple more times. Oh, my yarn fell off. Alrighty. I got so many little fuzzies all over. So if it gets too short and you can't put it in, put the needle in first, like that, and then go ahead and thread it. And then from there you can go ahead and push the needle down and pull it through. There we go. We got our little leg. Next leg. Alright, same thing. We're going to go directly below the arm, about 2 spaces here, or 2 stitching, and then make sure we kind of go so we're kind of similar to the other leg, so we don't have one crazy leg way off somewhere. And I've used stitch markers to like batten some legs and arms down to help so then they don't move on you. You can go ahead and do that too. Another little trick, but otherwise you can just kind of hold it in place since we're only going around a few times. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do our knot, and then we can go around a couple more times. Try to move all these fuzzies out the way. And we're going to pull it through. And I'm going to take the scissors, and since it's all like kind of falling apart, the yarn at the end there. We'll just cut it and push that little piece through. Take some of these fuzzies off. Okay, and there we go. That's our assembly, you guys. That is our little green sloth. That's the complete tutorial for the sloth here. We had the first video of making the arms and legs, the second video making the body, third video of making the face, and then this fourth video is the assembly. So there we go. I have 2 sloths here now. I got a few more to go. As you can see, I got light green, blue, I got a pink one, a yellow one, and orange yet to assemble. So I'll be working on those. I don't know, I know it's almost fall. Yesterday I did this cauldron guy. Sneak peek, I guess. Here's the bottom, little legs. But then when you open it on the top, there's a little dude inside, and he actually pops out. Isn't that the cutest little thing? And then you can just put him right back in the cauldron. But sneak peek on that new pattern I'll be putting out shortly here. It's for the fall time. But alrighty, well, thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments. I'll go ahead and look at those, respond as fast as I can. But you guys enjoy making your little sloths, and go ahead and tag me in them. That'll be fun to see you guys making all the little sloths. So you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for coming to my video. Be sure to subscribe. I appreciate it, each and every one of you. Without it, I couldn't do it. So alright, thank you so much.